Hey guys, it's Tricia Carr. I have new exciting things going on with my Mystic Arts Academy. You can now subscribe to receive all of the live monthly content for about a third of the investment of a single class. Included are at least one downloadable guided meditation per month, 2 live events ranging from classes, channeled messages, group readings, intuitive development guidance, Q&A sessions, and tons of community. You'll also have access to a private Facebook community for fellowship and support, and this space is kept super sacred and high vibrational. Your subscription gives you access to the whole library of classes and live events, which are on a vast array of topics. All events are offered online by Zoom video call, and many are also offered live in person at my studio here in Los Angeles. Subscribing to the Mystic Arts Academy is also a way for you to support the Charmed Life podcast and engage on a deeper level. I'm offering the subscription at a super low rate of $22 a month. Joining now locks in this rate for as long as you're subscribed. Click on the description of this episode or go to my website, triciacarcharm.com, and click on Mystic Arts Academy. I look forward to connecting. Hey everyone, it's Tricia Carr, and welcome to this mini episode of Charmed Life and Phase 26 of 29 days of Lunar Phase. And so this is the 26th day of this lunar cycle, charting all 28 and a half days. I'm going to do 29 days all the way up until the very end, right before that next new moon. Yesterday's lunar energy had us look at our own asking and being able to come into the fact that we can trust that the questions that we ask of the universe are good questions, questions that will be in alignment with the ask and you shall receive. And so as this concerns the manifestation process, and when we sometimes manifest something and we're like, did I ask for this? It kind of begs then the observation. This moon today is begging the observation and the introspection about what manifestation looks like, or what healing looks like. You know, manifestation and healing is maybe not always bells and whistles and unicorns and rainbows, although everything is unicorns and rainbows as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, the manifestation is something that is there to serve you, even if it doesn't look the way that you might have thought positive manifestation looks. And so being able to be in that trust energy, that the question that you asked for, the intentions that you sowed as seeds, and the tending to it is exactly what you're asking for right now. If you're able to do that when you manifest something and it may be a bit confusing to you, know that it is actually there to be healing. And so manifestation, as we've talked about before, could be the non-manifesting of something. And it can also be a manifestation of an uncomfortable experience. And so that is what I experienced today. This episode will be a little bit of a personal share, as I was kind of going in the very positive energy of what I have asked for is good and is aligned. Today, I found myself experiencing something that which I created and making mistakes. Making mistakes are a part of the asking or a part of the manifestation. And I made a couple of mistakes the very first part of my day today. And interestingly, the first thing I did was start to question whether I trust myself and if I trust that I am asking for the right things. And I did kind of go a little bit extreme because especially the very first thing, there was no harm, no foul with the mistake that I made. It was a very, very kind of non-event. But then the second mistake that I make really caused some hurt feelings. And I was sad and it was my fault. And to be able to be in the space of having made a mistake and yet also extend your self-compassion, that can be very, very challenging. And so being someone who wants to listen to my own words, I was saying, that I do I was asking if I can trust the process. I was asking if I can trust my asking. And I felt my guides offering to me that I actually manifested this because I wanted to be someone who is loyal and faithful. And that starts with myself. So even if I make a mistake, if I hurt feelings, I hurt someone else's feelings, or I do something that hurts my own. When I hurt someone else's feelings, I hurt my own, of course. That I created this mistake that I made so that I could clear up all the energy of the details around it, of course. But in the larger sense, so that I could fail, in air quotes, and still love myself. I need to be able to do that. We need to be able to do that. And in truth, there are no mistakes, because we always have a second take, just like in Hollywood film. That actually is something that my mentor at school, her name is Cheryl O'Neill, she told me that there are no mistakes. It's like we're all in the Hollywood film. There's a second take. And to be able to give myself that grace, even though I don't know how things might turn out, is unconditional. And to accept the learnings. And that's the first place that I try to go if there is something that I've manifested that is less than ideal, less than rainbows and unicorns, is I hold myself open to the learning. I say I created this challenge because I want to grow. And I don't know what that growth is right now, but I welcome it. And then I remind myself that I have done hard things before. I've gotten through hard things. And in relation to any other hard thing that you've gotten through, it's quite likely that this thing isn't nearly as hard as some of the harder things that you've done. And now, of course, I don't want this to be a big bummer of an episode, but it is the waning crescent. And so we do, in the waning energy, the waning crescent, we do start to release things. And sometimes that release can look like a conflict. Sometimes release can look like a big old gift that you have to make room for. And so you have to release something to put in, to be able to create space for it. And sometimes that release looks like declining an invitation from some person from the past that you're not sure if you are aligned with spending time with, and being able to be in that space without accusing yourself of being judgmental. All of these things are a part of manifestation and a part of healing. Absolutely everything that we are creating is healing. You know, when we get an injury or an ailment in the body, that is the body off-gassing the energy and showing us the communication that we are moving into, that we are reaching for, if you want to say it that way. But it doesn't have to be a reaching. It can be a peaceful, calm holding of space. And if you are listening to this in alignment with the actual release of it in November of 2019, it's pretty interesting that this lunar cycle has had so much activity, and we are now in Mercury going direct. By the time people listen to this, it's probably going to be going direct. And around the last 24 or so out, 48 maybe, the last couple of days, Mercury has been stationary. Stationary Mercury is, Mercury represents communication. That's why when we have Mercury retrograde and we have to go inside and see how our communications are working, and when it's stationary, then that pretty much means that communications are at a bit of a standstill and they're trying to turn the right way around. So in my case of having hurt feelings, well, I was needing to turn some communication the right way around. Ooh, that's hard to say. And so if that's happened to you, that could be a part of it. It could be a part of the waning crescent energy if you are listening to this at some other time other than November of 2019. Or it could be just a time for you to do some releasing. Releasing is a positive thing. It is a positive action. And as we are in that stage of releasing, reducing, and making room for the new, that's what we'll be doing as we approach the new moon, and still a few days away. The new moon is when that moon is dark And the illumination is not facing outward to the earth, but we are fully face to face with Source. And that's the time that we confer and set the intention. So now we are clearing up any energy about old intentions or about old habits, old thinking and feeling habits. And this is what healing looks like today. The energy of healing and manifestation today is present with you. And you are doing it well. Even if sometimes it seems like your heart is hurting, you are doing it well because you are learning and you are growing. And I hold a great vision for each and every one of you who are listening. Each and every one of you who are connecting. I am so grateful for you, and I send you so much appreciation right now. And I endeavor that my energy with your invitation can connect with your energy, your light. And together we co-create. And that co-creation will look like a new now in each moment, a new brighter now for ourselves and for others. And as we are allowing in this new light of consciousness in each and every moment, then there is release, and there is transmutation, and there is alchemy as well. And so as I hold this great vision for you, and as I appreciate you in this moment, I hope you can feel it. And I thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I thank you for the work that you're doing on our beautiful planet. I thank you for being the child of the moon that you are. And with that, I will tell you that this is a very interesting energy of the moon, and to just be very present, that's what it calls us into. This waning crescent, this balsamic moon. And I will check in again with you tomorrow on phase 27. Thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are. Hey everyone, it's Tricia Carr. I'm really excited because it is the time of the year for me to offer my Animal Communication Comprehensive Program live online. Whether you are interested in the profession or if you would like to connect more deeply with your own animal family members, having an understanding of this form of telepathy will enhance your life and all of your other intuitive gifts. About once per year, I offer this program live, and that time is now. It is starting in December of 2019, and this particular live program has some bonus time added in. So the way this program works is it is delivered live online, and we also have a private study group of a beautiful community of like-hearted animal and nature lovers. Go ahead and check it out. The link is in the description, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for your love of animals, for your love of our planet, and for shining your light on our beautiful world.